Okay, I'm back. Internet's here. Fourth quarter, 9 minutes 40 seconds. They just converted the fourth down conversion. Sometimes the internet just fails. It chose a hell of a time to fail, though. And here we are. First and 10 in the red zone. The Steelers have the ball. 9:15 left on the clock. Double stack on the right hash mark. You got a tight end on the left side as well. They run right down the middle, but he is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage while trying to hit the A-gap. Harris gets a loss of 1 on the carry. We're trying to hold them to just 3, so it'll be 27-20, so that we can drive down the field and try to tie this thing up. They're running the clock out as we hit 8:42. Tight end on the right side, tight end on the left wing, and then you got the wideout in the slot. Wideout motions to crack on the left side. Halfback takes the crack and runs to the B gap. He is met with a bunch of bodies. That's a loss of more yards. Bobby Wagner is there, and he looks like he's in pain. He's in the push-up position and waiting for bodies to get away from him, but he seemed to kind of be headbutting the ground a bit. I hope he's okay. Devin Bush is getting pulled off the field. I think Bobby is all right. It's 3rd and 12. 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Trips right. Left center hash mark. Halfback on the right side. Tight end on the left side, actually. They throw right down the middle, a little crosser. Love is in there to meet the tight end. Puts him down right away. It is actually Warren, the halfback. It's going to be 7 minutes, 30 seconds, 4th down. They're going to bring out the field goal unit if they're smart and run the ball out, the clock out for another 20 seconds. I would not be surprised if they take a 5-yard penalty here because they're so close and make it 4th and 12. So instead of a 26-yard attempt, it would be a 31. They do get the ball off anyways, though. They kick it and it is through, making it a 27-20 ball game. After the kickoff, it's going to be about 7 minutes for the Seahawks. I also got some hot cocoa. I was waiting for the internet to come on. I made myself some hot cocoa. But it's too high, and there's a giant marshmallow up on the top, and as it melts, it's causing the fluid to rise. So I got to keep an eye on it. Let me show you the size of these fucking marshmallows. It doesn't seem like a lot. It's this cube, right, that fits in your fist, which I guess is a lot unless you like really love marshmallows, and But when you put it in the hot chocolate, it expands. And so it's a huge marshmallow. We're waiting for this commercial to end for the Seahawks to get the kickoff. And as long as we just don't make stupid mistakes, right? The JSN fumble and all of these other weird snaps that we've had, we should be okay. But even if we score a touchdown, we would need to hope that the Steelers don't drive down the field the way that they've been running and just kick a field goal to win it. Because they'll just run out the clock on us. It kind of is following a good run game script right now, and I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I am if we were doing it, but we're not. We've only held them to 1 punt all day. And Mason has had to do nothing. And when he has, it looks like these big explosive plays. Well, yeah, because he's throwing against cover 1 or a guy that's completely uncovered. I'm still alive. Oh, I'm still alive. Yep. I told you guys the Steelers were going to fucking bring it to us today. They needed to win this game because they're probably not beating the Ravens, who just put up 56 on the Dolphins. But then again, the Ravens are probably resting all their guys, and the 49ers are probably resting all their guys, which means the Rams might beat the 49ers, and the Ravens might get beat by the Steelers next week. All right, they're showing us some Seahawk highlights. We do have opportunities because when we've scored quickly. Gino's got a 113 passer rating today. 2 receivers left, tight end on the right side, flanker right. JSN moves to the inside slot and he's running across. That is a fumble. Geno Smith went back to pass and the ball got bapped out. Steelers have the ball. I don't think he sensed that pressure. He was staring down the JSN route. TJ Watt came in and fumbled. Let's see exactly how that happened. Bull rushes in. He goes back. It's the old-fashioned Cliff Averill. Hit the ball when they try to pass it. Just gets his hand right in there. Ball's out. Forsyth gets shoved out of the way. Steelers ball. We gotta get a turnover. And the craziest thing is it started with a turnover at the start of the game. All right. Tight end on the right side, tight end on the left side. They're running a crack to the right side. Halfback runs a gap right down the middle. They're in the red zone. Boos from the crowd. 6 minutes and 48 seconds. At this point, yeah, the Steelers are just going to run out the clock. And then they're going to kick a field goal. And then Geno's going to come down there and try to put up 7. And then we're going to kick an onside kick and see what happens. At the very least, we're going to put up 3 if they put up 3 and then try to score. Yeah. This game's over, guys. Anchors left. They're going to run a tight end to the right side, running another tight end over there. They're going to do a little outside handoff over there. He runs over there, gets outside. First down, Pickens. They might just put up a touchdown anyways. It's the same play they tried to JSN, except Pickens actually caught it. It's like a 10-yard carry. First down. First and goal. There's a challenge flag by Pete Carroll. Is he saying it's not a first down? I mean, we could still find a way. There's 5 minutes and 49 seconds. It's just the way this game is going. I'm normally not somebody to be like, yeah, it's over, but it's still a first down, Pete. Why would you throw that challenge? So is he just challenging that it's a yard shorter? Ruling on the field stands is called. Pete Carroll's like, wait, what? Okay. and you lose a challenge, which you might need both of those to have any chance of coming back. 5 minutes, 49 seconds. 2 receivers on the left side. 2 tight ends on the right side, setting up a crack. 11 motions to the left for a nice little A-gap run. He runs into A-gap, picks up about 2 yards. 2nd and goal. Clock continues to run with 5 minutes and 38 seconds, 36. They're just going to let this thing fucking run on us. And if they get a touchdown, great for them. If they don't, then they don't. It's probably more advantageous for them to get to 4th down here. There is a stoppage on the clock. What? Hockley's call to the sideline. Who's he talking to? They're saying that there's an injury on the field, so Hockley is talking to one of the independent doctors who believes that somebody on the field is suffering from concussion-like symptoms. I would bet, maybe Bobby? No? So they stopped the play and they just have a conversation and they decide to stop the play. 5 minutes and 18, 17, 16. Clock is now running. Jumbo formation. Jumbo moves left. They hand off to the tight end. He gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of yards by Julian Love, Bobby, and a bunch of other bodies. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Clock continues to run. And again, I don't think they're even trying to get a touchdown here. I think they're just trying to get to 4th down with the clock running. 4 minutes and 51 seconds. They stop the clock again, but no timeouts have been called. Hockley is again on the sideline. They keep showing Bobby Wagner. What is Hockley doing? Why do they keep stopping the clock? I mean, it's resting our guys, but he's now talking to another doctor. What? Hockley is now walking back out. Talk is to the first doctor. And now he's talking to some of the other judges. I've never seen this before. Normally when the observer points something out, they just get pulled right away. They don't run another play afterwards. He's back to the huddle. And then we're going to call a play again. Okay. 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Anchor's right. Moves to Anchor's left. Tight end on the right side, though. They fake. Rudolph throws out the back post. I don't know why. Because that stops the clock. It was also nowhere near. That's so bizarre. Because both times it gives the Steelers offense a chance to play design. It also gives our defense a chance to rest. They can start the clock running again immediately after. They kick the ball, and they do get it. So it's a 30-20 game with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left. So we need to drive down the field and get a field goal or a touchdown and then get an onside kick. Reporters say that there might have been a drone in the area. And so they have to make sure that it's safe. or that there isn't illegal recordings of the game. But like a drone getting hit by a football could be dangerous. A drone falling on a fan or a player or whatever could be super dangerous. We also got the cameras going around, and those things are super heavy. So if a drone hits one of the camera equipment that's flying around up there and causes that thing to break and then fall onto a player or a fan, that could kill somebody. So yeah, if they see a drone up there and they decide to stop the play, I'm all for it. Also, keep your drones out of public spaces. Not against drones, just, let's do some common sense for safety, stuff like that. Okay, they take the kickoff. Dallas makes a man miss, shrugs forward, tries to make some more miss, doesn't. Gets up past the 30. Showing us the 2021 game when they beat us 23-20. Geno Smith with the strip sack at the end. And then, of course, the strip sack here. Reflections. Parallels. I see what they're selling. All right, we got a wideout in the slot. We got Stacks right slot. We also got a tight end left wing. JSN moves to the left slot. Ooh, nice little pass to DK. He's running a curl on the right side. Gets us a first down. Clock is running. We're moving up to the first line, but we're doing it workmanlike. 2 receivers left. 3 right. We throw underneath to Charbonnet, who gets tackled for 5 yards and brought down right near where the snap is going to be so we can hurry to the line. Clock is continuing to run. Approaching 3 minutes, 45 seconds. 2nd and 5. Trips right. They end up trying to throw to Charbonnet down the middle again. He does get it. He runs right down the right hash mark, past the 40, getting it to the 39 of the Steelers side. Geno's grabbing his tits again, signaling for a play. Charbonnet's on the right hip. We've got 2 receivers on the left side, 2 on the right side. We're on the right hash mark. Geno, stepping back, runs to the right side. He's going to run out of bounds and get to the outside hash mark. That's going to pick up a 4 and stop the clock at 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Run of 3, 2nd and 7. Whew, again, we need to score on this drive and then immediately get the ball back. Trips left. We got a flag on the play. What for? False start by the offense. What? On the center, Oluwatimi. So they get up to the line and they immediately call a false start on the center. So that's going to be 3rd and 11 now. Sorry, 2nd and 12. That's a killer penalty. 2 receivers on the left side. Fant joins the flanker. And we do have a slot on the right side. Halfback on the right side. We throw to Tyler Lockett, who runs a curl on the right. Good 10 yards, setting up 3rd and short. 3 minutes and 5 seconds as everyone hurries to the line. 2 receivers on the left side, halfback on the right hip. 2 receivers on the right side. Steps back, 7. Throws to Charbonnet right down the middle again. It's the same play. He rumbles forward for maybe 6 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Geno Smith is slow to get up, and he is limping off the field. TJ Watt hit him, and he's also slow to get up. Let's see. TJ Watt gets tackled, like blocked into the ground by Forsyth and the weight goes into Geno's right ankle. And so I wouldn't be surprised if there's some ligament damage in there. And if TJ Watt has some neck damage. Geno is staying in. Stacks left. Parkinson on the right side to join another slot receiver. They end up throwing to Parkinson, who catches a corner out, stays in, and he immediately rushes to Oluwatimi so they can get the ball ready. 2 minutes and 25 seconds, first and goal. They're taking their time. Geno definitely looks hurt. We got double stack slot, and then we got Parkinson on the fade on the right side. They throw to DK, who's running a hook on the slot on the left side. The ball is dropped. Stops the clock with 2:13. There was a defender in there to get him. Whoo! Let's see what happens, folks. Lockett out left. DK at flanker. There's an opportunity for a slant there. He runs a fade over there. They throw to Lockett on a fade out to the left corner. Lockett could not get his hands out there. It was maybe a little far for him, but also he didn't get into his spot. It's third and goal. Pittsburgh rotates their defensive front for this third goal. So they're all fresh, and they're probably going to blitz the hell out of us. Trips left. Parkinson out flanker. Halfback right. Halfback stays in to block. They throw to DK onto the right side flanker, and he ends up dropping it. Left side fade, sorry. Man, the ball is in his hands. Again, palm catch, not a fingertip catch. He might not have gotten his feet in either way, but we're going to go out there and attempt the field goal. If we complete the field goal, we're going to need to do an onside kick, and then we have which is going to happen at the 2-minute warning, and then we have 2 timeouts. Field goal is up, and we do get it. Makes it a 30-23 game with 2 minutes and 1 second on the clock. So this does save the 2-minute warning, which I'm grateful for. Woo! Saints have 8 wins. We really need this win today. Come on now. I know, I'm stressed. Everyone's stressed. There's all this drama. I just want to get to the play. I just want to get to the play. All this tension. This onside kick is so... If we get it, there's a lot on the line here. But we haven't been getting touchdowns. Here comes the onside kick. Everyone's lined up. Looks like he's kicking to the right from the left hash mark. This is our first attempt this year. We kick it. It's up through the air, and the Steelers do secure it. That brings us to the 2-minute warning, and we have 2 timeouts. So unless something crazy happens, that's probably game. If you hadn't wasted the challenge flag earlier, maybe we had an opportunity to stop them. But the way things are going, we haven't been stopping this team. We held them to 1 punt all day. That's the story of the game. We couldn't stop the run, and we held them to 1 punt all goddamn day. One punt, that's one turnover. We punted all day. And then we actually turned it over, a real turnover. Of course we're going to lose this game. You don't need a quarterback to win. You just need to run the hell out of the ball and play good defense. There's the results you're going to get. I feel like we wasted a good opportunity. But at the same time, it's the same lessons we had all year. We haven't been tackling well all year. And, we're having communication problems on offense. So you play a team that's running the ball well and having great communication and then playing good defense and turning the ball, getting turnovers. They won the formula. So I'm going to see how the Seahawks fandom responds after this. There's already some calls for Clint Hurt. Shane Waldron did okay, but again, just communication problems. Well, that could be a personnel thing. I've talked about Tyler Lockett. And maybe I'll look into him a little bit more after this game. But I don't want him on the team next year. I didn't want him on the team this year. To be honest, I wanted him traded last year. So, because I knew this year was coming, where his timing and stuff isn't quite there. So, yeah. We lost our center this game. Communication problems. We lost our right tackle this game. Then it led to Forsyth possibly getting our quarterback's ankle injured, but he continued to drive down the field. We still can beat the Cardinals and get into the playoffs. What I really want is us to learn lessons. And we've been learning lessons the hard way. Two minutes left. Left hash mark, anchor's left, halfback on the left hip. Flanker right, and then the anchor moves to the slot. They throw to the flanker who's running a slot. He breaks free, and then finally brought by Julian Love, but not before he gets another 10 yards. Clock is going to run. Just beats Julian Love straight off the slant. Actually, sorry, he beats Michael Jackson on the slant. It's a bread and butter play. Just throw a goddamn slant. I was begging for them to throw it to DK all year. They finally started doing it a couple weeks ago. And just like that, they're in field goal range. You're my disappointment. I'm disappointed in our players. It's 1 minute and 52 seconds. We have one timeout left. Two players stacked left, tight end right, flankers right. You got a tight end moving to anchor left. And then you got an anchor receiver moving to the right. They run to the anchor left, and then B gap, hit it, maybe get 3 yards, second down. Second timeout, it's going to be 2nd and 8. Of course, I watch games all the way to the end. So if you're still with me, thank you. Please like and subscribe to First Kick Seahawks. And help out the channel. I'm going to need to do some serious gaming after this to get this out of my mouth. Left hash mark. Tight end is on the right side. Halfback is deep. You got another slot setting up an anchor. Anchor moves to the left side to join the wideout. Harris jumps over a defender and then gets 1 yard before he's brought down by Bobby Wagner and Williams. Reed helps out too. Sets up 3rd and 7. Clock is running. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. And they're probably just going to run the ball here right down the A-gap or take a victory formation and then kick a field goal. So let's see. Yeah, Gino's got his cap on. 2, 1. Delay of game. They took it all the way to the final second, which puts 59 seconds left on the clock. It also moves it to 3rd and 12. Which, again, I said that they probably should have done this on the last field goal attempt. Ends up moving the clock back up to 1 minute and 1 second. I hate losing. It doesn't feel as good as winning. It feels worse. I'd rather win than lose. And sure, obviously, right? But losing feels worse than winning feels good. Trips left. Flankers out wide. 3rd down and 7. Here comes the handoff. Right down the A gap. He breaks through. He ends up doing us a favor. He slides down with 2 yards to go. It's a very honorable move to make. Harris could have gotten his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day, no problem. But they're going to go ahead and just run out the clock. What a game plan by this Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Hell yeah. Like, congratulations to them indeed. And that's what I'm all about. Najee Harris at 27 rushes, 122 yards, 4.5 yard average, 2 touchdowns. Should have had a 3rd one at the end. I'm just going to give it to him. He took that game out of us. My goodness. I mean, what do you want me to say about this game? It's obvious. Fundamental football ultimately wins games. The team that can tackle better, the team that can block better, they're going to win. And then there's all the other stuff in between. Yeah, the explosives and the sacks and all that other stuff's great, right? But if you can't even tackle in a game called tackle football, you're not going to win. And I say all the time, if you can run for 3 yards every attempt, no matter what, you will win every game because you won't need to punt. And what did the Steelers do? They ran for 3 yards every down, no matter what. They ran all over us. And when they did run all over us, it dropped our linebackers, and then it dropped our safeties, and then they threw the Steeler way, the Stidman way. You're going to throw over the top and get these nice, literally nobody is covering the dig. Literally nobody is covering the fade. It's these beautiful shots over the top. Mason Rudolph had the easiest routes possible, so there should be no Mason Rudolph torched us comments. That is not what happened. What happened was all of our guys were so busy trying to stop the run because nobody could tackle that mathematically the receivers were going to win in the backfield. Woolen actually had a good day. Michael Jackson was just getting beat in the backfield. Love was getting beat in the backfield. And it was because there was so much stress put on them from the run game. And then when we run the ball, they're playing good, solid defense. And when we pass the ball, we're making mistakes running our routes. And we're not catching the ball when it's getting in our, literally just being handed off to us. Just so many mistakes on offense. The little things. But that's been the story all year. Is Tyler Lockett having timing issues with his quarterbacks. The running backs not quite picking the correct lanes, doing better the last couple weeks. But then just little details not getting them right. You look at Mike Tomlin's team, ready to go. And they're on their third quarterback who didn't have to do anything all day. And so we had all these really explosive plays. But every time that they would make a negative play on us, we couldn't overcome them because of our little timing issues and the little things that it's week fucking 17. We should have had that figured out by now. We should be able to tackle by now. Is that a Clint Hurt thing? Must be. Because the one thing Ken Norton Jr. had was a team that could tackle. He just didn't have a team that could cover. He also didn't have a lot of talent on his defensive line. He had Al Woods and Ziggy Ansah coming in and a bunch of other players. Not saying he used them right, but at least we could tackle. And granted, Jordan Brooks is out. I don't think Jordan Brooks was the difference in this game. Because we were seeing our guys get to the backfield. It wasn't until Devin Witherspoon finally made a tackle behind the line of scrimmage in the third quarter that we finally got some burst, right? We finally got them to punt, and then nothing ever again. So I'm going to let you all sit on this. I'm going to vibe with some of the other Seahawk feelings and see how they're doing. But ultimately, that's the story of the game is punts count as turnovers. Not only did we have an actual fumble that turned over, but we punted way more than they did. They only punted once, so they only turned over the ball once. And when you run at least 3 yards an attempt, no matter what, you're going to win every single game. Because if you can get 3 points every drive, no matter what, you're going to win every game too. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here at First Kick Seahawks. Please like and subscribe. I hope you're enjoying the start of 2024. That was a fun game because I like running attacks. I just wish that we had one. Let's go beat the Cardinals next week. And hopefully we make it into the playoffs. See you around.